What are the various verticals, functions, sub-functions within a people function?
Sure. So at the surface level, if you look at it, is one is talent acquisition. That are the gatekeepers of talent, right? That bring in the talent. There's a little bit of difference between talent acquisition and recruiters. So first are recruiters slash talent acquisition folks. Once people are in, then there is a process of entire onboarding that happens. Now, some organizations might have onboarding specialists, as a complete vertical. Some people will keep HR generalists doing that, right? Now the onboarding is done. Now the particular person is inside the system, so they need a support system from the HR group, that are the HRBPs that manage single verticals. One vertical can have a number of people. Now, not just that, but they can also face some challenges regarding policies and procedures. So they are having challenges with the function. HRBP helps them. But when it comes to policies, there has to be someone who knows the document by its word, and that's where HR generalists come again. Or at some companies, they also call them compliance folks. That'll come down and put down compliances or documentations in place. Next up are HR operations. HR operations are people that take care of more of an employee engagement or a culture enablement standpoint. Now, if you go ahead a little more, now the person is in, they have worked for a month, they need paychecks. The paychecks are taken care by payroll folks, right? Again, same thing. HR generalists are people that can do everything, but then again, I'm talking about different verticals within that as well. Now that they are working over there, any organization, you need to measure their performance. So that's where performance management specialists come into the picture. If their performance is not up to the mark, you don't always let them go. You also help them in building their skills up.
Correct.
So you have L&D folks and organizational development folks. If you go even further, now these guys are pretty much good with what they are doing. Now you want to make sure that they are deployed at right projects at right point of time. You have talent management folks that also somewhere look at organization development and culture enablement, but they'll also take care of people from a standpoint that they are deployed at the right projects based on their skills. Next up, someone who does M&As, mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisition, HR plays a very critical role in merger and acquisition. Next up is kind of the coders in the HR world, the HR analytics folks who work with numbers to see people that we might need, and they'll do forecasting, they'll do a lot of people management from number standpoint, how many people are going out, how many people should we need, and stuff like those.
I'll add one more to that, which is HR tech.
Yeah.
The again can be generous, but most large companies now have somebody who's, again, these are not coders; these are techno-functional experts
Yeah.
who understand tech, bring in tech, and then they work with the analytics. But lovely, thanks. This was a great answer. It's fascinating, like you said. People convolute and say, "Oh, I'm in HR." Right? I just take care of experiences, but that's just a very minute part of the whole value